Something big is happening in the background, and if you're paying attention, you can see the pieces moving. No dramatic speeches. No breaking news. Countdown clocks. Just aircraft relocating, readiness levels shifting, and strategic bases getting reinforced. In the world of military strategy, that's usually how it starts. Quiet, calculated, intentional. Let's start in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Diego Garcia isn't some random island with a runway. It's one of America's most valuable military outposts anywhere on Earth. Isolated, heavily secured, and perfectly positioned. It serves as a launch pad for long-range bombers, surveillance aircraft, and logistics operations across the Middle East and parts of Asia. When the United States needs reach without relying on crowded regional bases, Diego Garcia is the ace up the sleeve. Now, U.S. Air Force F-16 fighting Falcons are stationed there with a clear mission: protect the base from potential threats. Officially, it's about defense. Think drones, cruise missiles, long-range strike attempts. In today's world, threats don't always come from manned aircraft. They can come low, fast, and without much warning. So reinforcing the air defense of a strategic bomber hub makes sense. But here's where it gets interesting. The F-16 might not be the newest jet in the lineup, but don't sleep on it. This aircraft has been a backbone of American air power for decades. It's fast, agile, and incredibly adaptable. It can patrol airspace, intercept incoming aircraft, escort larger bombers, and deliver precision strikes if needed. That's the key. It's defensive, sure, but it's also flexible. It gives commanders options. With a combat radius of several hundred miles without refueling and much farther with tanker support, the F-16 isn't just sitting on the runway waiting. It can project outward. It can respond quickly. And when you station multi-role fighters at a bomber base, you're not just guarding the door. You're building a layered shield. Now, shift northwest to southern Israel. 17 F-22 Raptors have been forward deployed from the United Kingdom to a base in the Negev region. 17 is not symbolic. The United States operates a limited number of F-22s overall, and not all are ready at any given moment. Moving that many overseas is a serious commitment of high-end air dominance capability. The F-22 is designed for one thing above all else: controlling the skies. It's stealthy, it flies high, it flies fast. It can cruise at supersonic speeds without lighting up its afterburners. Its radar and sensor systems allow it to detect threats long before those threats detect it. In a stealth configuration, it carries its weapons internally to preserve a low radar signature. If tensions were ever to escalate into open conflict, these aircraft would likely be among the first to enter contested airspace. Their role would be straightforward but critical: clear the skies, remove enemy aircraft, suppress air defenses, establish air superiority so that everything else, from strike aircraft to surveillance platforms, can operate safely. Placing that capability within operational range of a major regional flashpoint sends a clear message. It says the United States is serious about maintaining air dominance and protecting its interests and allies. Meanwhile, back in the United States, B-2 Spirit stealth bombers are reportedly in a heightened state of readiness. There are only a handful of these aircraft in existence. Each one is capable of flying thousands of miles without refueling, and with tanker support, their reach becomes effectively global. The B-2 is built to penetrate heavily defended airspace. It's quiet, strategic, and designed for the toughest missions. Most notably, it's the only aircraft capable of delivering the massive ordnance penetrator, a bunker buster designed to target deeply buried and hardened facilities. When B-2 readiness increases, analysts take notice. That level of preparation isn't routine. It represents the upper tier of strategic planning. It's about having the ability to strike the most protected targets if ever required. Now zoom out and look at the full picture. F-16s reinforcing a strategic bomber base in the Indian Ocean. F-22s forward, deployed near a volatile region. B-2, 2 bombers on elevated alert. Carrier strike groups operating nearby. That's air superiority, strategic strike capability, naval power, and layered defense all aligning at once. Does that automatically mean conflict is coming? Not necessarily. In fact, one of the main goals of this kind of posture is deterrence. Deterrence works by making the cost of escalation crystal clear. It's about showing capability and readiness so that potential adversaries think twice. When strength is visible and credible, it can actually stabilize a tense situation. At the same time, military planners don't move assets like this just for optics. Positioning matters, timing matters. When high-end capabilities are placed within reach of potential flashpoints, it creates flexibility. Leaders gain options. If something unexpected happens, they don't have to scramble. They're already in position. For Americans watching this unfold, it's important to separate preparation from prediction. The U.S. military constantly adjusts its global posture. Rotations happen. Aircraft deploy and redeploy. Exercises occur. But scale and concentration tell a story. Reinforcing a remote strategic base while simultaneously forward deploying top-tier stealth fighters isn't random housekeeping. It's deliberate. Modern warfare doesn't always start with a dramatic announcement. Sometimes the first moves are quiet. Aircraft landing in new locations, readiness levels increasing, naval groups shifting course. These changes don't always make front-page headlines, but they matter in strategic circles. The question hanging in the air is simple. Is this the peak of deterrence, where visible strength prevents conflict from breaking out? Or is it preparation, in case deterrence fails? The answer might be both. Effective strategy often requires preparing for the worst while hoping it never comes. There's also a reassurance element at play. Forward deployments signal commitment to allies. They demonstrate that support isn't just verbal, it's tangible. Hardware on the ground, pilots in cockpits, crews on alert. That kind of presence can calm nerves in uncertain times. But strategy is always a balancing act. Too little presence can invite risk. Too much can raise tension. The art lies in calibrating force so it discourages escalation without provoking it. Right now, what we're seeing looks like a carefully constructed layered posture. Defense at critical infrastructure points. Air dominance within operational reach of sensitive areas. Strategic bombers ready in the background. Naval forces positioned to reinforce or Nothing explosive has happened. No official declarations. Just preparation. Just positioning. Just readiness. And sometimes, in global security, that readiness is the entire point. Strength doesn't always shout. Sometimes it stands quietly in the background, making it clear that if tested, there are options on the table. Whether this moment becomes a footnote in history or a turning point depends on decisions that haven't been made yet. For now, the pieces are in place. The layers are built. The message is subtle but firm. The United States is watching. The assets are positioned. And in modern strategy, being ready can be the difference between a crisis contained and a crisis unleashed.